Lights, camera, rolling, action.
Good morning, Vietnam!
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
He's looking at you, kid.
Say hello to my little friend!
Hi, this is Joe, and this is the Film Joe Podcast, where film talk happens.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Hi, welcome back to the Film Joe Podcast, where we conclude our bonus episode series on the Jaws franchise. I'm Joe, your host.
And I'm Daisy.
Alrighty, so with the moderate success of Jaws 3D, Sid Sheinberg thought, well, a third sequel for Bruce the Shark would be a good fit for the studio. Seeing, especially, they were going through a rough patch at the time, so they needed a hit. So in 1986, it was quickly put into production for the following summer. Throughout the development phase of the film, that was simply called, it was just called Jaws 87.
Jaws 87.
That was the working title.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so this was until, of course, February of 87, where it was given its final name of Jaws the Revenge. And it was rushed, and it was delivered to cinemas on July 19th. So,
Yeah, I can totally tell it was rushed.
yeah, you could tell. I mean, there was no development, but we're going to get into all the garbage of this one. And let's just say, well, I don't want to give anything away.
Just that there was a lot of garbage.
A lot of garbage, yes. Alrighty, so on the Film Joe scale, we're gonna do this on a scale of 1 to 10. Shark gums,
Shark gums.
and I'll tell you why when we get into it. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So what do you say we just we jump into this one?
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, just when you thought, oh, really?
Instinctively, man has always been drawn to the sea. Its beauty, its mystery, its secrets. But there is also a vague uncertainty, a sense of intrusion into an alien world, where man is unwelcome and completely at the mercy of the most terrifying predator on Earth. Man's deepest fear has risen again. Jaws, the Revenge. This time, it's personal.
Chief Brody's widow believes that her family is deliberately being targeted by another shark in search of revenge. In this fourth and final entry in the Jaws franchise, we have Jaws the Revenge from 1987, directed by Joseph Sargent. The film stars Lorraine Gary, Lance Guest, Michael Vane, and Mario Van Peebles. So I think this was a first watch for both of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, I hadn't even watched the third one, so much less this
That's right. Okay.
piece of work.
This piece of this was again, this was my, well, you know what, I lied, I did get to see it. I saw it in the theater when I back in what was it, 87, but I didn't remember not one second of this film, and there's a reason why, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Your
not a
brain
very
was
good
trying
film.
to protect you.
Yeah, it was a defense mechanism. You did not see anything. Jaws the Revenge doesn't exist. Oh gosh. And then I did this to myself and I watched the fucking movie again. Yeah. I mean, you know, first of all, I mean, like you said earlier, you're right. It did seem very rushed.
Mhm.
I think it was an act of desperation by Universal to get this film out on time. You know, like I said, they were going through a rough patch, so they needed a hit, they needed money, and they saw that what this royal pile of shit of Jaws 3D, that it made money. So they figured, well, let's plop out another pile of shit, and it's
Well,
going to
yeah,
make money.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
well,
Well, the people were tricked before. You know, they thought, oh, another Jaws movie. They got all excited, and they got duped. So I can't wait to see what the
oh, they
numbers
got
look like
major.
on this one.
and it just seemed rushed. It seemed void of the human elements of characters. I mean, it didn't even have a shocking or quote unquote shocking cold open. It was non-existent, and
Not to
I
mention,
think they
it
were
was kind of
trying
slow
to.
too.
It was. I mean, I'm going to get to that in a bit. You're absolutely right. You nailed it. It gets, you have your 3-act structure in the film, and it's supposed to get to a certain point by a certain time in the film. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're well into the end of the third, the second act, and ain't dick happened. But we're going to get to that. But I think they were also banking on the fact that Lorraine Gary, she returned as Brody's wife. Because I don't know if you noticed this when she's introduced, did you catch this?
But
She's in the kitchen and her son is like, oh, mom, yada, yada, this and that, and all this bullshit dramas going on. And you just see the back of her fucking head, right?
right.
And then the camera kind of moves in on her and she turns to the screen. She's back.
Really? I mean, I barely remembered the broad, to be honest.
Right. And I'm sitting there going like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I watched Jaws. I'm not to disparage her. She did a great job in Jaws 1 and Jaws 2. She's a very talented actress.
Yeah,
but,
she could only do so much with garbage.
Right. And besides, I didn't watch fucking Jaws for Lauren Gary. I watched it for Bruce the Shark and Roy Scheider, but not for, so it's like, oh, look, she's back. So I thought that was kind of comical.
Okay, I got a question though.
Yes.
Okay, so in Jaws 3D,
yes,
who was Dennis Quaid and the brother? Were those supposed to be the Brody brothers?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, no matter how much cocaine Dennis Quaid did on the third one, there was not enough for him to do this one.
But that's not what I'm getting at. They just seemed like two sets of totally fucking different people.
I know they didn't even look the same. They
didn't look the same. Their backgrounds wasn't the same. One was a cowboy dude. The other one worked at fucking SeaWorld, and then all of a sudden the youngest is the fucking cop, and the other one is some kind of marine biologist.
Yeah. Yeah, it
didn't fit. They didn't even try to, they didn't even try to explain these discrepancies. They just they're like, fuck it, let's just throw them in there. Let's just forget anything that happened in Jaws 3D.
Right. Yeah. And you think that after what they went through, or Michael, who was Dennis Quaid in Jaws 3D, after what he went through, he'd be like, fuck that. And in this one, he's poking around like, there's a fucking shark. Oh, there's a shark. Let me go look for the shark. Let me get in the water. You think he'd have some sort of PTSD after Jaws 2, 3? No.
Exactly. You would have thought that he would have had some kind of PTSD from part 2. Both of those kids were severely traumatized.
Yeah. You know what was the one thing that was really fucking off-putting for me, and you know what, we gotta ask our friend over there in Boston or in Massachusetts, Liz of the great podcast Out Without a Ghost. She's from Massachusetts, right? Sean Brody, he was played by Mitchell Anderson, right? Dude, that accent was like, ma, I got to get to car. Where's the car? I need to park it. Well, did you catch that shit? I'm like, when he
I'm fucking dead.
Oh God. I'm not very good. I mean, I could tell a good accent from what I can't tell, like, okay, this accent is from this neighborhood or this area of whatever, but that was not a Boston. That was like, ma. And I'm like, oh God, please die already.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was no. Oh, okay. Can I point out one of the most ridiculous parts of this movie?
Which part of the entire 120 minutes?
Okay. So there's this part where the last remaining Brody kid is mourning for his brother. I don't know which one he is. Michael?
Michael. No, Sean is the one. Oh, let's jump before you get to your point. All right. Sean Brody gets eaten by the shark. Okay?
Yeah, he got ate.
Now, I have to note this. So don't forget, hold your points, okay?
All right.
He's in the boat, and he's out there because, there's a piece of driftwood out there. And he's like, okay, I'll leave the party. And no, he goes, I have to leave the party, right? So he gets in his boat, and he's out in the ocean, and he's looking, and the fucking shark jumps out at him, which looked like a rubber shark, by the way, right? And it bites his arm off.
Oh God, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Now he has one fucking arm. Now you know what? I can't speak from experience. I've never got my arm bitten off by a rubber shark. Okay, but you think fight or flight, right? Flight. You got one fucking good arm left. Drive that fucking boat. You're only about what 20 meters from the shore, whatever the fuck it is. And what does he do? He's like, where's the shark? Oh God. Right. And then he leans over the fucking side of the boat. I'm like, did you not get enough? Here's the rest of me. That was an appetizer. Here's the full course. And he gets eaten.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm
I
kind of
mean,
glad he got eaten.
I think the shark hated the accent as well.
He was too fucking happy. He was obnoxiously happy.
Yeah, I mean, and it was very emotionally underwhelming. Oh no, so dramatic. Now your point, you were going to make a point about Sean.
Okay, so Michael and his wife are walking down the beach, and he's all distraught. He's all heartbroken, and I think they're talking. I forgot what it is. He's talking about his brother, and then in mid sentence he stops and starts running away. He ran away from his wife.
Oh
in
yeah,
mid sentence. Oh my God, I thought that shit was so fucking ridiculous.
No, he was very traumatized. It was very emotional for him.
I swear to God, I was expecting him to start waving his arms while he was running, like.
Oh my God! Overall, I mean, you watch this shit show of a film, and you wonder why Lauren Gary went back and did this film. I mean, well, okay, her husband was the chief operating officer at MC, so maybe that's why she went back. But oh God! Oh no! Now going back to accents, Mario Van Peebles. What's up? I mean, look, I'm not going to talk shit about him as an actor. He's done some pretty decent stuff. I mean, New Jack City, I think he was in. I'm not sure, but he's a damn good actor. Oh my God, what the fuck was that over the top Jamaican man accent?
Oh Jesus, man, that shit sounded. I thought he was playing. To be honest, I didn't think he was serious with that accent.
Oh gosh, I mean, it's like, okay, Mario, you're gonna play a Jamaican, fisherman and so forth. Okay, man. And then he just goes off with this ridiculous. I'm sure Jamaican people, God bless them, are sitting there going, "Oh, my ears hurt, man. Oh, don't do that, man.
Oh my God, man.
Oh no.
I think I'm gonna throw up, man."
Oh gosh, it was horrible. I mean, and the thing is, one of the aspects of the main aspect of the film is that he just wanders aimlessly, with very few hints of the shark, and the danger. All throughout the first act, there's all this melodrama that comes across as kind of stagey, bland, even heavy-handed, and it was like, this is the first draft, right? This is a rehearsal, right? Because it was just, and it just kept on and on.
And question,
yeah,
who is Jaws supposed to be in this movie? Is he supposed to be the original shark? Because I thought that guy got blown up,
no,
electrocuted.
Well, in this one, it's played by Bruce. He's back. Just a different shark now.
Oh, God. Because the way the mom makes it sound, it makes it sound like, oh, he's getting revenge on us for what your father did to him.
Oh God, yeah, no, it was ridiculous. I mean, now let's get to the part where the shark is trying to bite at the boat. He comes up and starts to eat the boat. He's kind of like yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. He had no teeth. It looked like he had no teeth. He looked like an old man without his dentures. Going, num, 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 num. It wasn't like, oh, I'm the shark. No, it's like, num, 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 num. And tell me he didn't look like he was like, he had gums. He didn't have, it was called Gums. That's the name of the movie, not Jaws.
Oh my God. You know what? I did not notice that at all.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious. And I'm sitting there like, oh, here comes the shark. Okay, we're gonna get some action. All right, he's gonna try to eat the boat, and then nom 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 nom, and like, oh God, no. And
you know what though?
Yeah,
this guy has eaten everything so far. He's eaten a boat, he's eaten a helicopter, and he ate a fucking plane.
He ate a fucking plane. I mean, where does this insanity stop?
God. He needs to eat a car next. I don't know how that's possible, but
yeah, if there's an official Jaws 5, it's he's gonna eat a fucking VW bug or something. But yeah, the movie's just so fucking stupid because she senses the shark, and then so you got that whole little subplot going on where she senses. No, and my favorite thing is like, and it wasn't intended to be funny, but it's like, that shark killed your father. No, he died of a heart attack. Well, the shark caused the heart attack. Oh no,
so stupid. You know what's
Oh
funny is that
gosh.
they did something like this for in Friday the 13th where they made this whole thing where I think the chick, she was kind of like psychic. She has some kind of psychic power with Jason, and it got really stupid. I think this was on the same level with the mom having premonitions every time she fucking put her feet in the water.
Oh yeah. It just got ridiculous. It's just like, oh, he's hunting us. He knows, and he's after us. I'm like, no, it's just another fucking shark, you know. And then you got the stupid romantic subplot with Michael Caine and her. It was like, oh my god, it was almost
That was
cringy.
gross. It was
Um,
gross.
it was. Look, one of the things that made the original so fucking amazing was that the film was about relationships. Yeah, it was
Right.
the relationship between Hooper, between Quint, and between Brody. And then it was also a relationship film about Quint and the shark, Hooper and the shark, Brody and the shark. And they all had a different relationship with that shark. Then you have
Right.
Brody's relationship with his wife, his relationship with his kids.
Oh god, you know what?
And so
That's
that
it. They try to recreate the scene.
Yeah, trying to recreate the scene where his son mimics his dad. I mean, I think it was almost offensive. If you love the original film, and it was really bad. I'm saying like, no, come on, don't go there.
They
No,
went
no,
there.
yeah. And then of course you have the climax, right, where everything's going down. Her sons are in danger, or her son, because one got eaten already, right? And she starts marching down the beach. Dun, 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 dun. She's gonna get in the boat and go after the shark. What the fuck is she gonna do?
She didn't even have a weapon, dude. That bitch went into the fucking boat.
Yeah, she didn't even.
What was going through her mind?
I don't know, but I mean, wasn't there a shark roar in the climax where it's like,
Yes!
"Roar."
Yes, there was. That
Oh
shit
my
was
god,
fucking hilarious. He sounded like Godzilla.
yeah, I'm like, oh no, they didn't. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
so
suffice to say, I
funny.
think this was a royal piece of shit. I mean, it was just I mean, every film, let's get this straight here. Every film, to one extent or another, is a cash grab. It's all about making money. But then you got your shameless cash grabs, which are like, we're gonna put out garbage and just try to sell it to you and package it nicely so we can because all we want to do, we want money. We don't care about the quality. And this was a shameless cash grab, and it was just a degraded version, and not even a mere facsimile of the original
Mhm.
Jaws film. There was very little semblance, except the fact that there's water, there's a shark, and there's somebody named Brody. Everything else
Yeah,
severely stripped down, and just let's make money and not give a fuck about the film.
yeah, they totally try to milk that shark. It was really bad.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how you milk a shark, but I wouldn't try.
He has no nipples, man.
Sharks have no nipples, that for sure. Now, check this out. So the film was so bad, obviously, everybody, fans and critics, they were like, oh, shitting all over this film. When Michael Caine, now keep in mind, Michael Caine won an Academy Award that same year. I believe it was a Woody Allen film. I don't know if it was Hannah and Her Sisters, but he won the Academy Award that year. And they asked him about Jaws, The Revenge, and they asked
Oh,
him yeah, they're like, have you seen it? Because by all accounts, it's a terrible fucking movie. And he goes, well, he's like, no, I haven't seen the film, but I have seen the house that it built, and it's terrific.
wow. Even he knew it was crap even before he even saw the fucking movie.
He knew it was shit off the bat, and in fact, he accepted the role because right off the bat, I mean, he was flying high already. He's worked with Woody Allen. He's gotten rave reviews. He's like, I need a check. And then he opened the script, and it says "Fade in Hawaii," and he's like, I've been wanting to go. I want to go to Hawaii. I'll take the job.
I'm there.
Yeah, yeah. So that year, Jaws: The Revenge, it was nominated for an award. It was
Really?
nominated, yeah, for the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actor in this film.
Oh shit, that sucks. Wow.
Yeah, and this is it was nominated. It was also the first time it got nominated since Jaws 3D, because Jaws 3D, the Dolphins, Cindy and Sandy, they were nominated for Worst Actress as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so now budget and box office. The budget at the time was about 23 million, which is about $63 million today. Which is not cheap, but it's not a huge budget at all. Now the box office, 51.9 million, which is about 143 million. So,
Wow.
I mean, if you factor in marketing and distribution, the film really didn't make any money. It
Damn, that's
probably
crazy.
lost money. Yeah. So now let's go to reviews and scores. What do you say?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So Roger Ebert, he gave it a thumbs down, saying, get this, Jaws the Revenge is not simply a bad movie, but also a stupid and incompetent one, a complete ripoff.
Holy shit, he did not fucking hold back. Love it.
Yeah, he did not like it. And I have to agree with him 100%. So IMDb is sitting at a 3 out of 10, Metacritic 15, Rotten Tomatoes critic score 2%.
Ooh.
Yeah, with an audience score of 15%. And Letterboxd has this at a 1.6 stars out of 5. Yeah, so it wasn't critically received well. Yeah, and this pretty much put the nail in the coffin. That was it. I mean,
Thank God.
Yeah. So what do you say we jump on our ratings at this point?
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'll go first. So basically, it's the film. It just aimlessly moves forward. It has no intensity. Like The Shark, it's dull. It's populated by bland, soulless characters, and easily just the worst of them. It's worse than Jaws 3D. At least that shit was fucking funny. Won't in a super bad way. So my rating on the Film Joe scale on this is 1 out of 10 shark gums.
All right, yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, for me, this movie didn't make sense. It didn't follow the other movies per se. I mean, I get it. You know, the connection was the sons and the wife, but if you compare them to the other movies, they don't really connect, and I thought that was really really lame. The acting was just totally forced. The shark looked like shit. I hated the movie. I don't know what else to say. I fucking hated the goddamn movie. I'm gonna give it -1 shark gums.
Holy fuck. Okay, hold on a sec. On the history of the Film Joe's the show, that's the lowest score I have heard thus far.
Not even Mac and Me got that.
Mac and Me is better than this shit, I tell you.
Yes, yes.
I'd even watch Drop Dead. No, I'd watch this again. I ain't doing Drop Dead Fred again.
Damn.
There's nothing gonna make me watch Drop Dead Fred again. No, sir.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, it was bad. I mean, it's sad to see the declination had just dropped in quality. I mean, you got franchises. Oh, the first one was fantastic. The second one was all right. It wasn't too bad. The third one was good. Fourth one, but this one, it just plummeted. Each and
It was
every
awful.
film just went lower.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense at
Yeah.
all. It was really stupid.
Yeah, I think Roger Ebert, he nailed it. It's just simply a bad and stupid film.
It really
But
is.
yeah. Now, one thing about these Jaws films, I mean, regardless, they started a whole legacy of films that were inspired by it, and gave us some great stuff and some shit stuff. I mean, from the 70s through the 80s. Check this list out. You have Jaws 2, of course, Jaws 3D, Jaws the Revenge, but you had films like Orca, Piranha, Tentacles, 1977, Killer Fish, what the fuck? Barracuda, 1978, Tintorera, Killer Shark, 1977, Blood Beach, 1980, Piranha Part 2, The Spawning, which was directed by James Cameron, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, Cameron, he was the director on that. The Last Shark, 1981, Humanoids from the Deep, The Island of Fishermen, Devil. I mean, that I remember right after Jaws was The Jaws of Death, Mako, the shark. And it was, and so, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
and
I
you
saw
even
I saw the
have-
trailer for that.
Oh gosh, any Cruel Jaws? Yeah, oh my god. Okay. Here's the story of Cruel Jaws. It's considered the unofficial Jaws 5. It was an Italian film that was direct to video, and it had nothing to do with Jaws except the fact that there was a shark and people trying to kill it. And so it was titled Cruel Jaws. And when it finally did come to like VHS, DVD, and so forth, shortly after in Europe, it was actually released as Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws.
Wow, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and and it's bad. I challenge anybody out there listening, check out the trailer. It's fucking bad. In fact, they even lifted sequences or some shots from the original Jaws to put into this, and they even took music
Oh.
from Star Wars.
No fucking way! I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So they were just ripping off left and right, and of course, I don't think Universal even raised an eyebrow to it. I mean, it's a low budget direct to video. Nobody saw it. It's not a big deal. But aside from that, you even got even into current times. The legacy continues and the influence. You have Deep Blue Sea,
I love that
147
movie.
meters down, The Shallows. Oh yeah, Open Water, Sharknado, Meg, The Meg 2, and so many more. Again, like I said, some of these were horrible. Some of these are just flat out funny.
Yeah.
But it just created this whole subgenre of the shark movie, a new genre.
Mhm.
And so it is what it is. But as far as the Jaws franchise itself, I love Jaws. I always will love it. To me, it's within the top 5 favorite films of all time for me.
Right.
So yeah, so this unfortunately would be the final outing for Bruce the Shark, as it was an abysmal ending to a 9-year journey that began with a modern masterpiece of filmmaking. Jaws, 1975, will considered to be one of the greatest films ever made. It pioneered the high concept film, first ever blockbuster, and it changed the way we would see, hear, and feel movies forever. Thank you, Bruce, and we forgive you for Jaws 2, 3, and especially 4.
Especially for seriously.
So, folks, that pretty much concludes our bonus episodes for the Film Joe podcast, and we hope you enjoyed it. And we will be announcing the release of season 4, which we are stoked.
Woohoo!
Yes, we have a lot of, we got some cool guests coming on, some new topics, new films, and we're just going to have a blast, and we can't wait to bring you this new season. And again, we'd like to thank everybody for the support, all our listeners, especially the listeners, our podcast family of, from other podcasts who have been very supportive to us, and we thank you very much. So
Yes,
what do you say
thank
we
you.
start winding this down and start and start getting to work on season 4?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
All right. So we hope you enjoyed the episode. Please help to support the podcast by giving us a 5-star rating. Leave us a good review, or another way you can support the podcast is simply to subscribe to us and or follow us on Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Audible, Boomplay, or wherever you get your podcast fix. Also, don't forget to swing by our Instagram page. Leave us a comment. Say hello. Check us out on TikTok. We're also on YouTube, where all of our regular episodes drop as well. All these links, they're in the link tree in the show notes below. Check it out. We got a lot of cool stuff there. Previous episodes. We have our link also to our merchandise store and all kinds of cool stuff. Join us in a couple of weeks when we bring you the Film Joe podcast, season 4, The Revenge. So with that being said, I'm Joe.
I'm Daisy,
And this is the Film Joe podcast.
where film talk happens.